In this video, we're going to talk about how I live on very little, a very minimal income. I had a friend contact me and she's working on her finances and she just doesn't know how I live on so little. I have me and two other people in my household and we live on less than $1,500 a month. And I wrote down everything that I spend my money on and I'm going to go over it with you guys. So if you're looking to cut back or figure out how to live on more of a minimal budget, then this video is going to be for you. So here's the whole list of stuff that I wrote down so we can go over. The first item I have on my list is rent or mortgage. I'm actually not going to tell you exactly how much I pay on this, but if you are paying a high percentage on your home, if you own a home, I would suggest you getting it refinanced. Or if you are paying a lot on rent, maybe look to a new location. Or if you're paying for like a 3-bedroom, maybe a suggestion is to look into a 2-bedroom and see if you can live in a smaller space. The next item I have on my list is car insurance. I pay $85 for one car a month. House insurance, I pay $70 a month. I do own my home. I think that $85 and $70 a month is a really good price. I put them together. So I have one insurance plan, so you get discounts when you put two items together. I use Liberty Mutual. If you have high rates, I would shop around. I actually saved a couple $100s by switching to Liberty Mutual. Every couple years you should be shopping around and seeing if you can get better rates on your car insurance and your home insurance. The next thing I have on my list is trash. Now, I used to pay about $20 a month for trash, but now I don't pay anything for trash. I try to follow the zero waste movement as much as possible. I recycle any kind of plastics and cardboards, and I do compost, and I really try not to create trash as much as possible. Any trash that I do create, I create like a small bag every week, and I'm thankful that I can just give that to my mom and she can put it in her trash can and get rid of it. But if you're creating a very small amount of trash, I'm sure you can get creative and find a way to get rid of it without paying a trash service. The next thing on my list is internet. We actually only pay $15 a month for our internet right now because we have such a low income that our kid, when she went to school, she qualified for reduced lunch. If your kids qualify for a reduced lunch, I do live in Kentucky, so I'm not sure if this is for people out of Kentucky, so you'll have to get on the internet and research it. But I will put a link in the description below. And if your kids go to school and they're on free lunch, look for that information because you could be getting internet for $15 a month. Now, I will tell you that before we got on this plan, we did not have internet for a whole year. We used the library, we used our resources, and to actually be on this plan, you can't have internet for a period of time. But if you are living on a very minimal budget and you can turn off your internet and go to the library for a couple months and then get signed up on this, that's going to save you a lot of money. The next thing we have on my list is a house phone. So we have a house phone and we have this little thing and it's called Magic Jack. So look up Magic Jack online. We pay about $20 a year for our Magic Jack, which is about $3 and change a month. That is our house phone. Now, to use Magic Jack, you have to have the internet. Other than that, we have one cell phone and we use TrackPhone for that. So you can get on trackphone.com and you just go to the Dollar General and you can get a really cheap TrackPhone from Dollar General. You know, just get the cheapest they have and then get on trackphone.com and you can get a 1-year plan for about $100 a month. I mean $100 a year. So for $100 a year, you get a 1-year plan with about 800 minutes, and that's all you do. You don't use your cell phone for entertainment, you use it for emergencies. Now, if you have a track phone or you have a phone and you do have data on it, you don't even have to have a cell phone plan if you have data, because there is a app for Magic Jack where when your Magic Jack rings, it can go straight to your phone. And so you're not paying for minutes, you're just paying for data. If you don't have data and you have a Wi-Fi hotspot and you have your phone, then you can get your calls through the Magic Jack also, the Magic Jack app, if you have Magic Jack. The next item on my list is food. So we spend about $200 to $300 on food for our family. We don't buy junk food. We don't buy soda. We don't buy bags of chips. We don't buy that stuff. If you're going to eat a bag of chips, you may as well be eating your money. There is no value in it. It is only for you to feel good. So you should be buying foods that are healthy for you. Also, I try to not buy meat and dairy and stuff like that. First of all, it's not really good for you, but it's also really expensive. Fruits and vegetables are the way to go. I have a mostly raw fruits and vegetable diet, but I do also get some cooked foods. What you do is you go to like a place like Fresh Time. It has double Wednesday ads, so I can get last week's sale and this week's sale. I look for really good deals, like there is 50 cents cucumbers on here, or Brussels sprouts, $1.99 a pound, and we live by pretty much a plant-based diet. If you get really good sales like this, you can take stuff and you can put it in the freezer, and then when you're ready to use it, you can pull it out of the freezer. Of course, fruits are really good to make different like ice cream per se, smoothies, stuff like that. I never waste any of my food. I always find ways to save it by freezing it. Even avocados, you can cut those things in half and take the skins out and flash freeze them, put them in the freezer, and then you can use them when you're ready. Things like mushrooms, peppers, we'll cut them up, put them in there, and then when we are ready to use them, we will take them out and put them in stir fries. So we don't waste our food. We try to freeze our food, get it at a good price, freeze our food, and eat a whole food meal. Another thing you can do to save money on food is have a garden, and of course, you know, grow peppers and tomatoes and freeze them and then use them year round. If you are in need of food and you don't have food, like you don't have money for food, there is so many resources out there that can help you. One, you can look up Dare to Care, like get on the internet, go to the library, get on the internet, search Dare to Care. I actually work with Dare to Care donating food, and I've been back and I've seen their rooms. They have peanut butters and cereals and canned foods ready for people. You know, they've told me that there's people that live out of their car that come in and they need these resources and they need the help. And there's so many good things out there that can help you if you are really in need. You just have to go out and look for them. The next item on my list is electric. We pay $100 a month to $250 a month. The $250 is more in the winter. Now, what we used to do to save money on this is we would go to a small room in our house, close the door, and put in an electric heater, and we would literally live in a small room in the winter. That's just what I used to do. It was kind of obsessive on money back then, but you know, it paid off today. And when you're, you know, just heating a small room and you have your heat really low in the rest of your house, you put jackets on, but you're warm in your little room, and you just got to do what you got to do to keep that electric bill as low as it can possibly be. The next thing is clothing. I rarely ever buy new clothes, and if I do buy new clothes, it's usually like 90% off. I might spend $2 on a brand new shirt or something like that. But what I do for clothing is I go to yard sales. On Saturdays in the summer, I will go to yard sales, and because I have a kid, I will buy multiple sizes and put them away. So when she grows, she will always have clothes. I spend about 50 cents to $1 per an item. It's really cheap, guys. You don't need much money if you can take the time and go out yard selling and get really good deals like that. You can also go to places like Goodwill. We also have a place around us that's called Love My Neighbor. If you are in Spencer County and you really need help on clothes, you can go talk to them and they will hook you up with some free clothes. And then other than that, clothes might cost like $1 to $2 an item. So one way to save a lot of money is to not buy clothes. And if you don't have money for clothes, you're not gonna like not have clothes. Talk to people around you and get some help. I mean, like my clothes, Madison's clothes, when she outgrows them, we give them to somebody else that can use them. I bet if you have kids, you can have play dates, you can make friends, and you can get some clothes for free if you tell your friends that you need some clothes. Truthfully, my mom and I were even talking about this. If you went to a yard sale and you actually didn't have any money and you really, really, really needed some clothes, I bet you that somebody would give you clothes because we just have so much abundance of clothes. There's people that would look in their closet and find things to give you. The next thing I have on my list is TV. If you don't have money to pay for TV, why are you paying for TV? You should turn the TV off. Go to the internet or go to the library, get on the internet there. You don't need to be on TV. I mean, you don't need to be on TV. You don't need TV. Turn the TV off. Now, we pay $7 a month for our TV because we have Amazon Prime, and I only pay $7 because you can put 2 people on one household for Amazon Prime. So my mom and I share Amazon Prime. Of course, we get our free 2-day shipping and our TV, and we split the bill, so we spend about $7 a month each for Amazon Prime. Of course, there's Netflix and stuff like that, but in my opinion, if you can't afford things, turn your TV off. It really is not doing you any good. The next thing I have on my list is toiletries. So we spend about $25, I'm guessing, on toiletries. How you can save money on this is find deals. Get on Facebook groups and look for coupon sites. There's so many ways that you can get really cheap stuff, like soaps, laundry soaps, and I don't know, they just get tons of stuff. I don't really do it anymore. I used to coupon a whole bunch a long time ago when I would get free stuff all the time couponing. So, and the next tip is do not buy brand name stuff, of course, unless you're getting it cheaper than the name brand stuff. I don't use makeups and lotions and deodorants. I don't use deodorant. I use coconut oil if I absolutely need it for deodorant. Coconut oil can be a substitute for a lot of different things. On soaps, I also use Castile soap, and I will make my own dish soap to wash my dishes, my own body soap, and my own hand soap out of Castile soap. You just need a foaming soap container, 1 tablespoon of Castile soap and water, lightly mix it. The recipe is probably on my channel and all over YouTube, just Castile soap as hand wash. Of course, then you're not going to be putting all the chemicals in your body when you're making your own stuff like this, so it saves you money and it's good for you. The next thing on my list is gas for my car. We spend about $100 to $150 on gas. My husband and I go everywhere together. We try to combine trips all the time, and we only have 1 car. The next item on my list is water. We spend about $40 on water. Mom told me to put down entertainment on my list, but I will tell you, I put entertainment none. I don't spend anything on entertainment unless I have the money, like I have extra money. Then I might spend entertainment. I mean, these days I'm not as much on a budget, so I can spend a little bit more money, but you don't need to spend money on entertainment. One thing that you can do is go to your local library, if you have not, and look at their resources. So my local library, I can do free yoga on Friday mornings. They have tons of adult activity classes. They have tons of children activity classes. I signed up for a canoeing activity last year. Like, there's so many free resources at the library. You can get free movies at the library, and of course you can get free books, so don't forget to read, and audiobooks. The next thing on my list is child care. I actually don't spend anything on child care. I think I've used child care maybe once. Like, I spent $20 on a teenager to watch my kids because my babysitter was not available, which my babysitter is my mom. So my parents are retired so they can watch my child, so I'm really thankful for that. Other than that, I have a friend that we do play dates with, and what you can do is babysit their kids, and then they can babysit your kids, you know, work out a little bit of a trade so you guys don't have to pay for babysitting. If I can't get a babysitter, she goes with me. We just make it work, you know, we just do what we can, but we really don't pay for childcare. The next item I have on my list is health insurance. Now, health insurance I know can be really expensive, but if you're living on a very minimal income, you can get help for health insurance right now. You just have to go talk to, I think, the office where you get food stamps, and you can get on Medicaid. Now, people are going to have different beliefs than I am on this, but for health insurance, my husband, he got a kidney, so we're going to keep him on health insurance. Right now, my daughter, I'm going to keep her on health insurance, but when it comes to me, I'm not going to pay for health insurance. You know, I really feel like there's so many, well, I just don't believe in going to the doctors. If I ever need to go to the doctor, what I would do is go talk to them and see how much it would cost for an appointment up front. If I ever had a catastrophic event, I guess I would just have to deal with it then. I really believe in God taking care of me, and I believe in taking care of myself. I'm into a lot of natural healing, so personally, I haven't been to the doctor other than maybe once to get an antibiotic, and truthfully, the only reason that I went is because I had insurance at the time, but I know a lot of things about natural healing. Like, instead of getting an antibiotic, I would go and get bee propolis, and I would take that. I think a lot of times doctors are only there for, you know, like if you have a major thing that you need help with, I think doctors are great. But overall, when you get sick and stuff, I always look for natural solutions, and I believe in taking care of myself. And if I ever need a doctor, I would just go and talk to them about cost up front. And I feel like it's kind of cheaper to just pay for a doctor's appointment instead of paying for health insurance every month. My husband, he has to be on drugs for his kidney. They're anti-rejection drugs. So he has to be on these medicines, and you know, they can cost a lot of money, but we use the Good RX card, and then we get his medications for a very big discount, so it makes them affordable, and we don't have to have medicine insurance because we can just use this card and it makes it affordable. So I'm not really going to tell you how much I spend on health insurance, but you know, you can go for free health insurance by not having health insurance. You can get help for health insurance, or you can just feel secure, I guess, and pay for really expensive health insurance. But you have to kind of make your own decision up on your own personal beliefs on whether health insurance is worth it for you. The next thing I have on my list is lawn care. So if you own your own home, you have to either mow your yard or pay someone to mow it for you. We actually, when we first got a house, we had a mower, and it didn't last very long. And now what we do is the neighbor kids mow our yard for $35 a mow. And in my opinion, it is way cheaper to pay them instead of having a mower and dealing with the problems of a mower. They're really thankful for the money, and I don't have to spend my time to do it. But I pay $35 twice a month. Yes, my grass gets a little bit long, but I deal with it. And you know, in the middle of the summer, sometimes I have to get them to come in and do it one extra time a month. But I only spend $70 a month about to mow my yard. So overall, of everything that I told you on my list, I added it all up, and I am spending about $700 to $800 a month, plus mortgage, plus insurance. So you can kind of go by what I said and see what you can be cutting out and what you can be changing as in prices. Some of the other things that I wrote down here, we don't go out to eat. It's not healthy. It's really a waste of money. I know it's easy, but it's, you know, we shouldn't be spending our money on eating out. If you do want to eat out, I would suggest around Christmas asking for gifts cards. That's what I actually did this year, is my favorite places to eat out. I would ask for a gift card. And I actually live a fairly minimalist lifestyle, so I didn't really want a whole lot of things. So gift cards, that's basically what I got for Christmas gifts this year, was different gift cards. If you're spending a lot of money on junk, you need to stop, like as in items for your house. And we just spend so much money on a lot of things that we don't need. My brother was kind of like, here's how you live on a budget. Stop buying crap you don't need. You should look up minimalism and how to be a minimalist, because doing that alone is going to save you a lot of money, not buying things that you don't need. We don't buy things. We rarely buy things new. We always look for a deal, and we just try not to buy crap. We just don't buy stuff. There's a lot of things that we just don't buy and we just don't need. One of the best things you could do for yourself is work on getting out of debt. Get out of debt. If you have high payments on your house, maybe think about refinancing. If you pay really high for rent, maybe you could look for a smaller place so you don't have to pay as much for rent. You know, maybe we don't need all these big houses and big things. We don't need all this stuff. We are spending so much money on stuff that we just don't need. As a household, we have one car. Now we have a really nice car. We saved our money up and we got to buy a brand new car. So that's going to last us for a while. But before we had a car, we were actually in a place that we could do this. Now we're in the country, so we can't do this as much, but we were more in the city. We took the bus. We both had bikes. We rode our bikes to the grocery store. We had little baskets on the back, and we put our food in our baskets and then rode our bike home. When it was really rainy or cold and we really needed to get to the grocery store, we had friends. Friends helped us out. But we actually went a period in our life that we had no car, because our two cars that we had, one, a tree fell on it, so it was useless and insurance didn't want to give us any money for it. And then our second one kaplunked, and you know, we had to save our money up for a new car. So that's what we did. We took the bikes and we took the bus until we could buy a car in cash. And then we did that. And then we saved all our money up to eventually buy a new car later in life. Credit cards. You should not be paying on credit cards. They should be paid off every single month. You should not be paying interest on your credit cards. If you have credit card debt, the best thing I could say is to pay off your debt as soon as possible and never do that again. Credit cards, for me, I love credit cards because I pay them off every single month and they pay me. I get bonuses back every month, and you can actually sign up for credit cards. Like, I signed up for a Disney card a couple years ago that sent me $200. Well, guess what? That paid for a Christmas one year. So I use credit cards only because they pay me, not because I pay them. For holidays, so I kind of talked on this a little bit. For Christmas, I will actually ask for things that I need. Every year, I will always ask for things that I need. And then now that I'm living more of a minimalist life, I find that there's really not things that I want or need. And so I ask for gift cards, of course, now. But use holidays. If you're going to get gifts, get things that you need. Don't just get junk that you're going to put in your closet and need to buy a bigger house because you don't have any space for your junk. I mean, really. If you have a storage shed and you're paying a monthly fee on your junk, you need to sell your junk. You need to get rid of that storage fee. Like, why do we pay money to hold on to our stuff? We should live more of a minimalist life. You know, go through everything you have. If you have tons of stuff and you have not done this, you really need to go through all your stuff, take one room at a time and go through it all and see what you can just get rid of, donate, give it to somebody that needs it. I don't know, maybe talk to the neighbor and say, hey, I can give you this if you can babysit my kids for this time. You know, be resourceful. But there's a lot of things that we don't need that we spend extra money on to hold on to when we shouldn't be. Look into minimalism and try cleaning out your house, try getting rid of a lot of stuff. Because if you're more of a minimalist, I will tell you it feels amazing not to have a lot of stuff. Also on holidays like Valentine's Day and stuff like that, I actually tell my husband never to buy anything on Valentine's Day. Sometimes he listens to me, sometimes he don't. But I don't have expectations of stuff. I really don't want, like, holidays are all about, let's buy something for somebody else, and I think that we shouldn't be doing that. It's a waste of money. You know, on Mother's Day or Father's Day, maybe have a grill out. That's what we do. We get together as a family and we have food together, but we don't buy gifts. And I always tell my husband that I don't need anything, and I'm really serious. Like, I really don't want stuff. When he gets me gifts, he usually gets me like some chocolate or something like that, but I don't like a lot of stuff. And why do we waste so much money during holidays? At Christmas, you know, the kids really don't need all that junk. You can get them one toy, and in my opinion, one toy is enough. But of course, in my household, if I got one toy, she does get a lot of other toys from a lot of other people anyway in my family. So, you know, you have to do what's best for you. But I think that spending money on stuff that we don't need is one of our biggest problems in America, that we need to stop buying junk. A last couple little tips. Try to buy everything with cash. If you don't have the money, don't buy it. Pay for it with cash. You know, I saved up to get a car, and then I went and bought a new car. But before I had the new car, I saved up the money and then bought a used car. So I never had a monthly payment. I only have one car. I only have one cell phone. I only have the things that I absolutely need. I don't go out and buy junk. Alright guys, that is all my tips. I live on a very minimal lifestyle budget. You know, it gives me a lot of freedom to not have to go to work and pedal and do all this stuff. In fact, I think that I have more time to do things that I enjoy, like going out and yard selling and saving lots of money and going for deals, because I don't have to go out and work really hard. We have a one-person income and it works really well for us. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. In the comments, maybe something that I missed, you could type it down below, or if you have any questions, or if you have any tips. If you have any other tips that would save people money, I'm sure that other people would love to know themselves. Hey guys, if you like this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel, because most likely more videos will be coming. Alright guys, make sure you also check out my other videos on this channel, because I have tons of other videos on this channel. And I guess that's it. I will talk to you later. Bye!